Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about how can you manage secrets in GitLab/Git. Let's say we have to log in via SSH into an instance and we work with GitLab. So we want to keep the private key in GitLab somewhere. Is it secure? Let's see. We will touch these topics in the presentation: custom environment variables, Sops, and Helm. We can use custom environment variables. There are two types of variables: variable and file. Variable, the runner creates an environment variable that uses the key for the name and the value for the value. In file, the runner creates an environment variable that uses the key for the name. For the value, the runner writes the variable value to a temporary file and uses this path. So variable behaves as a normal environment variable and file behaves as a file. Only maintainers and owners can edit these variables. You can specify variables per project, group, and even for all projects in admin panel. Here is an example how it looks. We need to specify key and value. As a value, we are going to use our private key. Then we must specify the type. We can also select environment scope. This way we can tell GitLab that this variable should be available only on a specific environment. There are also two flags to choose: protect variable and mask variable. Selecting this flag, protect variable, we will tell GitLab that this variable should be visible only on protected branches and tags, like master, for example. With mask variable, our variable will be masked in job logs, but not all variables can be masked, and sadly our private key cannot be. There are some rules, like it must be one line, must have at least 8 characters, and so on. And even then, masking our variables is not so secure as you think. Here is an example. I have test secret variable and it is marked as a masked variable. If we try to unmask this variable in logs, we cannot do that. We try to echo this variable without success. We try to save the content of this variable into file and then read it without success. But as you can see, we can echo the variable and pipe the output to base64 program, for instance, and this is not masked. And if we copy the output to our local machine and type echo and this long string, then we pipe to base64 program, we get the value. It was supposed to be super secret, right? I don't know how it works under the hood, but it seems that GitLab tried to mask the content everywhere in the log file. So if you just echo the variable, you will not see the content, but when you also encode it into base64, for example, GitLab does not know anything about this new string. I mean, it is different than the masked content, right? So it cannot be masked. And here is another example where we can use set program to put space every 3 characters and then it appears in logs. So yeah, it's a good idea to mask a variable if we can, but we have to keep in mind that it's not so secure as you might think. If we don't want to show the content of this variable accidentally, then using mask variable is a good option. Anyway, if someone has access to our project and can edit jobs like me, they can do what they want. So giving appropriate permissions is a must. Spawning such variables only on protected branches and tags is a good idea. This way we can perform such jobs only on master or staging branches, do code review and block the suspicious code before merging. Here's an example how we can use custom environment variable to keep a private key. Priv key has file type, so we can just copy it like a normal file, add appropriate permissions, and add the instance to the list of authorized hosts, and log into this instance using our private key. It is quite good solution, but it has a flaw, or our variables are not versioned. If there are more than 2 maintainers or owners, it might be a problem. Someone can change a variable and we will not be notified about it. So maybe we can keep our secrets in Git repository. Then there will be a versioning by default. Such approach would be useful for storing passwords, for example. We can use Sops for this. Sops means secrets operations. What is it? Sops is an editor of encrypted files and encrypts with AWS KMS, GCP KMS, Azure Key Vault, and PGP. So using Sops, we can easily encrypt and decrypt our data. Quickly, how it works. When Sops creates a file, it generates a random 256-bit data key and asks each master key to encrypt the data key. These master keys are kept in our lovely cloud providers. We can also use PGP keys. And this way we keep our data encrypted in a file, and we also keep each encrypted data key in this file. It's called envelope encryption. Doing that, we always have an access to data key, which is encrypted, as long as we have an access to one of our master keys. So it is always a good idea to have more than one master key. Multiple master keys allow for sharing encrypted files without sharing master keys. So we can keep this file in Git repository and provide a disaster recovery solution. Here is an example of secrets YAML file. Here is our encrypted data by data key, and we need this data key to decrypt these values. But where is this data key? Here is our encrypted data key. We used only one AWS KMS master key for demo purpose. So in this example, using AWS KMS, we decrypt this encrypted data key. Then, using this decrypted data key, we are able to decrypt our data. And here is some metadata for Sops. In our example, we are going to use AWS KMS for encrypting and decrypting, and we are going to save our data in YAML file. We need to create a symmetric key in AWS KMS and put the ARN for this resource in Sops YAML file. This way we tell Sops that we want to use this master key to encrypt and decrypt our data key, which will be generated by Sops. After that, we have to create a file where we want to keep our secrets. Let's say that we want to keep there our private key and password for Redis dev environment. So we need to type sops secrets.yaml, and after that our default editor should be opened. There will be some examples show us what we can do in this file. We need to delete them and put there our data. When we close the editor, Sops will save the file with encoded values. Such file without master keys, which are necessary to decrypt the data key, is useless for others, so we can keep this guy in Git repository without worry. If someone wants to get the content of our file without master key, they will get error like that. Because they don't have access to the master key, which is stored in AWS KMS, they cannot decrypt the data key, so they cannot decrypt the data also. Now we want to get secrets from our file in a job. As we've seen on the previous slide, without credentials, we cannot decrypt the encrypted data key. We need to provide somehow credentials for it. Access key ID and secret access key for AWS. In most cases, we can keep them as custom environment variables, but if you think that someone evil can do very bad things, we can provide these environment variables during spawning pipeline or job, for example. So how to get values from this file then? What if we want to get only a password for Redis? We can do that by this command. So how would look like our GitLab job if we wanted to use Sops for getting a private key and logging into our instance? It might be something like that. It is very similar to the first example where we used custom environment variables, but here we can also keep all our data safely in Git repository. So we install Sops, get the private key from encrypted file and use it in SSH command. Okay, can we use it with Helm then? Yes. There is a plugin for Helm called Helm Secrets. Instead of deploying our service by Helm upgrade, we must use Helm Secrets upgrade and provide a path to our secret YAML, of course. Let's look for an example. We want to deploy Grafana both on dev and prod environments. Here is our root catalog. On dev environment, we are fine with storing passwords in plain text in repository in values YAML. But on prod, we don't want to do that, so we want to use Helm Secrets, which uses Sops under the hood. Here is a code for the hidden job. We are going to use it later. We install Sops, add Helm Secrets plugin, add Bitnami repository to Helm, and then we try to figure out if a specific environment uses secrets YAML file. If it doesn't, then we use just Helm upgrade command. But when it uses, we want to use Helm Secrets plugin. So we change the command to Helm Secrets upgrade and provide a path to this file. And here in the script section, we use these values. Here we have two jobs, dev and prod, and we inherit from the hidden job dot deploy. We change only env name variable for each job. On dev environment, we can keep all the data in plain text in values YAML file. We don't care about them. But on prod environment, we keep some data in values YAML file, like username, etc. But the secret data we keep in secrets YAML file. So here we keep encrypted password for admin in secrets YAML file. And during deployment, Helm Secrets plugin decrypts this file, and then Helm merge both of these files so we have an access to our secret data. Here's an example using Helm Secrets plugin. So we tell Helm that some files are encrypted by this command, and we want to decrypt them, so we must provide paths to them. After that, Helm generates manifests and apply them to the Kubernetes API. And that's it. I showed you how you can store your secret data in GitLab or in Git and how we can use it. There are many tools for storing secrets, but I think that Sops and custom environment variables are enough in most cases. If this video was useful for you, then like it, subscribe to my channel, and wait for more content. See ya!